Welcome to the SCM Podcast, business advice and tips with expert guest interviews and with hostess Latrice Carter, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Alrighty, I am Latrice Carter with SCM Business Podcast, business tips and advice and expert interviews. On today's show, I have Shequita Lee. She is the CEO of SL Media LLC. She is a social media coach with lots of years of experience, and today she is joining us to talk about some of the things that we all as authors and small business owners can benefit from and improve and do better with. So welcome to the show, Shequita Lee. Hey, Shequita.
Hey, thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for being on the show. I'm so happy to have you. I love being able to share experts in the industry who can spread their wealth of information as well as talk about their businesses as well.
Yes, it's exciting.
Yes. So being a social media expert, how important would you say social media is for small business owners, entrepreneurs, and authors?
Social media is very important to small business owners, small business owners, entrepreneurs, and authors, because most times everybody is bare bones when it comes to cost, and they don't have the money to be able to spend on, the big marketing firms. So social media is free. Be using it to your advantage. So it's very important that people, make their presence known on social media, and later on down the road, you can use the big marketing firms, but right now you need to do the legwork yourself to get it started for, moving in the direction that you want it to move in.
Absolutely. So I always hear people talk about social media strategy. Can you tell us what is a social media strategy and how does a business or author benefit from having a social media strategy in place?
So a social media strategy is having a plan of action. Okay. So, you can use it thinking of a person going to the grocery store. If you go to the grocery store hungry, right, with a list, you get everything that you did not need to get. But if you list, you would get everything on the list. So that's what the strategy is, having a plan of action of what you want to do, what you want to put out there, what you want people to see when it comes to finding out more about your business and what you do. And a way for your customers to be able to find you on social media is having a good strategy for them to be able to find you and actually knowing what you're going to do, what you're going to present, and what they can look forward to by connecting with you and interacting with you and engaging with you.
Okay. All right. So how often should one post to social media?
Well, I often tell people that you have to figure out how often you want to post, because once you get started, it's best for you to make sure that you maintain that number of posts that you do post. You can be consistent and not post every day. So consistent would mean going back and engaging with people that are liking your post, on the off days that they like the post. You can go onto their social media platforms and like their posts. You can comment on their posts. You can reshare their posts. So if you don't have anything to post for the day, go back and interact with the people who's always showing you love and liking on your posts and commenting on your posts. But if you are seriously trying to build up your social media platforms, posting 5 to 6 days out of the week is a good option for you. There's some people that post 3 days a week, which would be, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, some of the big days, when people sit down on Mondays, the weekend is over, they're looking to see what they missed, on Saturday or Sunday. So they're checking out their social media on Monday. And then Friday, people are checking out their social media because they're trying to figure out, what can I get into? Are there any events planned for Saturday? Any networking events that I can attend? So people are up there pretty much every day. You just have to be dedicated, however many times you decide to post a week, just to stick with it.
Mm-hmm. So consistency is the key word here. Consistency.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
What do you recommend for any small business owner or author in order for them to grow their audience and followers on social media? But that seems to be real big right now.
To engage, and not just post your content and run. You actually need to engage, and engaging is, people that are commenting on your posts, go back and have a conversation with them, or leave, if they say, hey, you know what, this post really speaks to me today, just something simple like, thank you so much, I felt like I needed it today, something simple,
Mm-hmm.
having a small conversation with them. Or something when someone leaves like an emoji, just something like, hey, enjoy your day today, something like that. But it's engaging with people, because the more that it's twofold. The more that you engage with people, the more that they're going to see your content, the more they're going to see that you're an actual person responding, the more they're going to come back, and the more the algorithms like you and that person engaging and showing each other's content and posts. So it's a twofold, but engagement is key. And I know a lot of authors, small business owners,
Mm-hmm.
what they do is they post and they never come back. They'll ask you a question like, oh, what's your book about? And they just never came back, and then came back a month later, and that person is gone.
Yeah.
Like they possibly would have wanted to buy your book, but you're not even talking to them anymore about the book. So as an author, it's super important that you are talking to people. Unless you have I don't know, unless you're really big up there, some of those people don't talk back to anybody. They'll post their content, but now that, COVID-19 has happened, a lot of people are going back and responding to comments and stuff like that. Cause they have time. So they have time. So they go back and comment, but it's essential to any business owner that taking the time to interact and engage with your audience. And if you cannot, then you want to hire someone that can do it for you, because if not, that's, money left on the table.
Yeah.
And go to somebody else.
Yeah. You have a small window of opportunity when your audience starts engaging with you. If you don't engage with them right away, they lose the attention with you and kind of move on.
Yep. Because our attention span is very short, and it's like sometimes people want to talk to you when they want to talk to you. It could be while you're sleeping, your time zones. It could be while you're sleeping, but long as you're going back and responding and tagging them to let them know that you've seen their comment and you're responding, you'll be good to go. They'll realize that you guys are on different time zones, but just having the conversation, going back and engaging is super important. And that's one of the things that people forget to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So should a person focus on growing one platform at a time, or try to do multiple platforms simultaneously?
You should be a master of one first, right? Everybody's usually a master of Facebook, but they're a master of their personal Facebook account. So they need the time to set up an author page or a business page on Facebook, so you can get more people and interact more on your business page than say on your personal page. And the reason why is Facebook is very finicky, and they really want you to use your personal page for family, fun, and friends. So that's why I always tell all my clients, if you have your personal page, that's great and wonderful, but try to engage people more on your business page. And I know, a lot of people have more interaction and more people that respond on their personal page, but if for some reason Facebook decides to, decline your reach and or mute your account, high and dry. So, and you got to wait to get out of jail. So, and try to do everything on your business page. And there are a lot of people that don't want to have the business page because they feel like it's too much work. It is work, but be able to, do more on your business page than you can do on your personal page. You can't do ads on your personal page. You can't create an event on your personal page. So if you have a book launch, you should be creating the book launch through your business page and creating an event so that everyone on the Facebook calendar will be able to see it. Not just, local, but you can change the location, especially if it's going to be, on the internet. Right. But you could do so much more with the business page. And depending on what the business is, you want to focus on another platform as well. And it just depends on the business. For authors, there are a lot of authors that are on Instagram, which I think is pretty awesome because you're able to share your book cover, you're able to do Instagram lives, and you're able to connect with other authors through the hashtags on Instagram. So those are two of the great platforms for authors, but for other business owners, you really have to figure out like where your audience is. If you are, nonprofit looking for connections, then Facebook and possibly LinkedIn is a great platform because there are other businesses on LinkedIn, professional businesses that may be interested in doing some sort of collaboration or being a part of your nonprofit or helping you in some way. So you just definitely have to see where you're getting engagement and see where your audience is as well. Because not everybody's, on Instagram. And there are people that are on LinkedIn that aren't really that active on Facebook, but they still have their Facebook page. So you just have to move about a little bit.
And those darn algorithms. I think when Facebook changed changed their algorithm, it kind of threw everybody off a little bit because it makes you have to work harder on your business pages.
Yep, it does.
And I know one of the things that I use the scheduler for my business page to schedule posts out, and then come back once they auto post, then I come back and I'll try to engage with my audience. Just trying to, that algorithm kind of threw me off when I first started.
Yeah, and they change it constantly. So you just have to, put in a little bit more work. Like you said, going back and engaging is a great thing. And possibly doing a video, once a week, that would be a great thing as well. If you decide on a specific day, that would be awesome because then your audience knows that they can always look for you on this day at this time. Something happens, you can always say, we're not going to do our normal call or video chat this week. We're going to do it next week, and be able to do that. But if it's something that they can look forward to, a regular schedule, people will show up and they'll, and if they can't, they'll definitely catch the replay. So
absolutely.
Have to implement a little bit more video. That's all.
Yeah, I'm trying to, that's one of my goals for 2020. I said I would do more video.
Yep.
So that I can really put my face out there.
Yep.
Make my face more known and familiar.
Yep.
So that's key too. So you are a social media coach. What is the role of a social media coach?
My role as a coach is to give you the tools that you need, and to, make sure I'm there to hold you accountable for following through. Just be a good guidance to you. Because there are some people, like I talk about video, you said that's your number one goal, but there are some people that are petrified of live videos. They're petrified. So, there to walk them through the scary things and making sure that they're showing up the way that they should be showing up. Because, we have some awesome businesses, but there's people that just feel like I just want to do everything from the background. It's like, that's good. But when we do come out of COVID-19 and there's networking again or what have you, you could meet someone that you've been following on social media for a long time. And then they'll be like, well, I don't remember. Do you do videos? And it's like, we connected, but they don't know who you are, right? You don't even know your face because you're not really showing yourself. So it's like more of accountability and walking them through processes and making sure that they're following through and, you know, standing out the way that they should be standing out for their business.
Right. Yes. So what inspired you to launch SL Media?
Oh, well, when I first moved I'm a native of Connecticut, born and raised there. And, you know, when you get that bug in you that says, you know what, there's something else, somewhere else, I need to move. So I decided to move. And I ended up moving to Virginia, opposed to moving to Georgia. And when I moved here, I was like, you know, I'm super bored, you know, and I started looking online for book clubs, and I found a book club, but I also found a network of entrepreneurs, but they were dualpreneurs. So they were working their business as well as working a full-time job. So I really was like, okay, so this is something, because when I first moved down here, I joined some MLM company or whatever, but I had that bug. So I was like, I'll find something else because this one just ain't working for me. When I connected with the ladies, like, I really understood, like, look, you can do, you know, you can run your business and work your job at the same time. You just have to know how to juggle, you know, those two things. And if it's something that you're really passionate about, you'll be able to do. So one of the ladies I met with was a travel agent, and she was just talking about it. And she was like, well, do you like traveling? Are you a planner? I'm like, I'm so a planner. I'm like, I'm OCD-ish planner. So I actually do this. So she was like, okay. So I signed up under her. And when I signed up under her, being new to Virginia, like, I met her through networking. You know, we still talk to this day. Mm-hmm. Her through networking. But it's like, I didn't really know nobody. Like, I knew the ladies that I network with, but I didn't know people. So I started using social media to get people to join my team. So I already had my Facebook account, but you can only do so much with Facebook. I already had a Twitter account, a personal. I was on Twitter before I even joined Facebook. So I created a second Twitter page. I created a Facebook business page, and then I created a Instagram page, a second Instagram page. So once I started doing that, I was like all over social media, putting it out there. And I met someone who online who actually did the logo for my travel business. So I was meeting people, had people join my team and everything like that. But when we would have like our team meetings or whatever, I found more time teaching people about social media. So we're supposed to be meeting about what's the plans for going, or how you guys going to get yourselves out there. But they're like, so how'd you do your Facebook page? Because I'm trying to, and so I would spend so much time doing that. So I'm training my people. I'm training people on the team that I'm in, and I'm training other people on other uplines on other teams. So since I'm doing that so much, I was like, you know what? I had like a business coach that meant networking as well. And I was like, I feel like I'm, you know, dipping my foot in too many ponds. And she was like, well, why do you say that? I said, because I am an author. I'm a travel agent. Now I'm doing social media. She was like, Shequita, you're doing all of them fine. It is not a problem for you to do this. She was like, but if you feel, you know, that it's not something that you got to go with what you feel led to do. Mm-hmm. After running the travel business for 4 years, I said, you know what? I'm going to step away because I'm spending more time doing social media than running my travel business. Because when you go to your CPA and he's like, so you ain't make, that's all you made. It's like, so did you, you know, you need to get your business license for social media if you don't do that. I'm like, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. He was like, yeah, because you ain't making no money here. Like, so that's why that's how I got started, because I was already doing it. And it's like I wasn't wasting. I was spending more time teaching, working it out for people, that it was like, maybe I'll just, let travel go and go ahead and do social media. So that's how I got started.
Oh, nice. That is nice. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love stories like this. You were led to your purpose.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. So tell us about the services that you offer at at SL Media.
So I offer the coaching services. I also offer consulting services. And with the consulting services, honestly, I have done consulting for churches, local churches. I've actually went in there on a Saturday with the members of the church who want to know how to maneuver the church's Facebook page, set up for everybody that the pastor wanted to become the admin, and answered any and all questions, and helping them to make sure that, and I did this in February.
Oh, wow.
February. So it worked out very well, because they were able to get it rolling, once COVID-19 hit. About trying to be in the church. So it was a blessing for me to be able to get that done for them in February, because we were going to push it back. We didn't even know about COVID-19, but just, because of February and all the stuff that people have planned, and, as things coming up. So I've done it for consulting for churches. I've done consulting for Catholic ministries, whoever needs social media knowledge and help, I have helped them to do. So it's any person that really needs to learn and understand, I've done consulting work for. So it's been churches, it's been girls groups, it's been small business owners, it's been authors, it's been cleaning companies. It does not matter, but also do social media management. And I have a couple of clients that I do the social media management, because they're like, listen, I don't want to do it. Do it for me. I'm like, yeah, I can do it for you, but when you gonna learn? So some people, they're like, nah, this just ain't gonna be me. I just can't. So
yeah, some people know their lane. Some people know their
yes.
They know their lane.
And I don't mind helping them out when they don't want to be in that lane. Some people, these professional businesses, they know their strengths. And they know that, okay, this ain't something we're going to be doing. Let's focus on what we do, and we're going to let you do what you do. So
absolutely. So you've recently launched a social media school.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That wasn't going to be launched just yet. It might have been something that I was working on towards the end of the year. But with, this pandemic going on, I'm noticing a lot more people are home because we have to be home.
Yep.
I went ahead to do it because my normal workshops that I host are in person, and I love the in-person workshops because it's them being up close and personal with me and feeling confident and comfortable enough to ask the questions that they need help and guidance with. But once we started being home a lot more, I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and launch the school and make it a lot easier for people that's already home on the internet to really make sure that they're, showing their business in the best light. So it is a school of social media. So you get to learn, what types of content to post on the platforms, how to create that content, the best times to post, the apps that you can use. And there are videos, there are walkthroughs, how-tos, downloadable graphics that you could be able to work with and use. And it's basically a school for those that's really serious about taking their own reins, because it's to the point where you don't want to have to pay anybody right now. Some people don't want to have to pay anybody. A lot of the entrepreneurs that are making money that had to cut some expenses. So being able to have this school, they're able to learn everything that they need to get them through this time until they're ready to really push off and give the task back to somebody. So it's been very good. A lot of people are doing very well. There are some people that are challenged, but that's because they are not really focused on it. And I'm like, you really be focused on it if you want your business to grow, because if you're not, watering your grass, it ain't gonna grow. It's pretty awesome though. I like I said, I wasn't gonna do it just yet because I really do love my live workshops, but I'm seeing, a lot of people and they're like struggling. I'm like, I get a lot of inbox messages. So I'm like, okay, you need to enroll in my school. Like I have all of this here.
Awesome. So with that being said, how can one benefit from your social media school?
Once you join the school, like I said, the videos are uploaded. The live training is every 2 weeks. Once you join the school, you're able to go through if you want to watch all the videos in one day, you can. If you want to watch the videos when you get a moment, you can. But everything is implemented so that you can take it at your own leisure and you can take it step by step. And then you'll be able to figure out what holes you need to fill. So if you are a small business or an author and you are like really stuck on figuring out what you need to do, there are certain courses that you can focus on, whether it be social media content, social media posting ideas. If you really want to step into LinkedIn, but you kind of thought that LinkedIn was like this big bad ghost, there's courses on LinkedIn to get you comfortable enough to start getting out there. So people benefit by going and doing. So the school is super serious, but it's there to help you, grow your social media platform and get noticed for what it is that you're doing, and make sure that everything you're posting is generating, money for you or the notoriety for you if that's what you're looking for. But it's definitely a benefit to small business owners and, entrepreneurs and authors.
Okay, awesome. And I'll share the link in our group on social media, on Facebook, as well as on Twitter. Because that is a great resource. The time is now. We got a lot of time on our hands. So
exactly.
Hey, my big thing with COVID-19 is, we take advantage of the time, and we're gonna come out of this stronger.
Yep.
Time is now to focus on your business or even find your niche.
Yes, that's exactly true. The time is now, because this is, a lot of people are being able to work from home. So use the time of working from home to really focus on, growing your business.
Absolutely. So what is the takeaway that you like our listeners to walk away with today?
The takeaway would be that, like you said, now is the time to really focus on what it is that you want to do with your social media platform. We have the option, everything that you put on social media, as far as your social media platforms, you can delete it if you wanted to. If you look at what your platform, what you have posted on your platform, can someone figure out what it is that you're doing, what business that you have by looking at your platform? Right now, all that we can go by is word of mouth. So if your social media platform doesn't say what it is that you do, word of mouth from another person, for a person that's in your specialty or what have you, it's going to be really tough. You need to go back and make sure that you evaluate your presence, because your presence is your social media presence is the front door. Social media is a new business card. So you want to make sure that your front door is clean and your social media business card really stands out, so people know, who you are and what you do, and they don't have to wonder what it is that you do.
Absolutely. So how can our listeners connect with you and learn more about your business as well as sign up for your social media school?
They can find out about the school by going to my website. It's ShequitaLeeMedia.com. And you can actually find me on my Facebook business page under Shequita Lee Media. Twitter and Instagram, you can find me under Shequita Lee. So if you put Shequita Lee under any platform, you'll pull up Shequita Lee.
Right.
All over the place.
Hey, that's how you got to do it.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to SCM Business Podcast today to share your tips and advice, as well as telling us about your business. Everyone, please check her out, use her services, utilize this time now to learn about social media the right way, and get help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's okay.
Yes.
It is okay to ask for help. Trust me, I've raised my hand several times.
Yes.
And you know what? And I think it's okay for you to look at what your competitor is doing or someone that you admire. Look at what they're doing and kind of you can reevaluate your we're doing the same thing. I should be doing, especially if you see something that they're doing that you're not doing and you're seeing their engagement. The engagement is going to be key. And I always hear that a lot with webinars and other telewebinars that I do. They talk about being engaged with your audience. Because if your audience doesn't know you, how can you expect them to purchase your products? Exactly.
And if you don't post on your platform, they definitely are not going to, purchase your products because they're not going to think you're in business.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Shequita, for being on the show today. I truly appreciate you. Hold on one second before we go.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to the show today. Be sure to tune in each week to hear interviews from business experts in the industry. Follow SCM on your favorite streaming channel, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or Google. Don't forget to follow Sistas Creative Media on all social media platforms to learn more about us.